72 miners trapped underground.
Another fire, another mine disaster, more trapped miners, but rescuers in Canada were able to do something today that wasn't possible weeks ago in West Virginia, get everybody out alive.
A happy ending for miners in Saskatchewan as rescue workers free them after 24 hours underground.
All 72 of our miners are now safely on surface.
Sigh of relief in Saskatchewan.
Early in the morning of January 29, 2006, fire broke out almost a kilometer underground in a southeastern Saskatchewan potash mine. A total of 72 members of CEP locals were trapped at a number of locations in the mine.
I didn't think I was going to make it out of there. I was scared.
Ken Martin was trapped alone in a lunchroom surrounded by thick smoke for more than 2 hours before he was able to make his way to a refuge station.
And I just went through, what I was thinking about is the wife, the kids and stuff, and all my golfing, my friends and all that, It was a very, very scary. I was scared shitless, I admit.
On travaillait à notre mineuse, sous la terre, puis on a perdu le pouvoir. Donc on a appelé dispatch, le monde en haut, puis ils nous ont dit d'aller envers les refuge stations.
The fire spread along a PVC pipe similar to this one. The pipe removes groundwater that seeps into tunnels.
I was fortunate enough to be on the team captain that actually did make contact with the refuge station also, which words can't describe the relief of how we felt when we found that everybody was accounted for and in the refuge stations at the time too.
We saw them all through the night there. They came through, and you could just see the stress on their faces that they were pushing themselves to the absolute limit. And we saw grown men that were doing everything they could, that were just breaking down because they wanted so desperately to get out there to help our guys, because at that point it was our guys that was the concern, that they didn't know where our guys were and they wanted to make sure.
The most significant difference between the Mosaic mine and many others in the U.S. is the existence of what are called refuge stations. They are strategically placed along tunnels to provide a safe haven in the case of emergencies.
And I got to the refuge station. I opened the door, and I guess what they said was all they seen is one big black guy there. They figured it was actually mine rescue team coming today. But it was me, and they're all happy. And they helped me out, and they gave me Aaron hats, and they were really good.
For the fires that we've responded to before, we've never seen smoke in the shaft such as what we seen that night. To explain it the best is you could not see your hand in front of your face. The floor was black with soot.
With me is Marshall Hamilton, spokesperson for Mosaic.
Mosaic was quick to place tight controls on media coverage of the event, and just as quick to take credit for the rescue's success.
That if you follow the safety procedures that are established, if you train your people properly, and you follow all of those procedures, that you can ensure the safety of all of these workers, and we demonstrated that today.
The company obviously takes all the credit for it, but I mean, the executive and the OH&S people are the ones that are involved in creating these procedures to make sure that our people do know the proper procedures to get to the refuge stations and be safe and be looked after by the mine rescue people.
But it just kind of grates on me that I work for this company that was in line with everybody else who says that's an unnecessary expense. We don't need to make refuge stations. It's not necessary. When the refuge stations proved worthwhile, which they did, invaluable, the company has no problem whatsoever in taking credit for that.
Regardless of who takes the credit, 72 miners are alive and well because they followed the procedures.
trouve qu'il y a beaucoup de monde qui n'apprécie pas un bon programme de safety. Mais après le feu, moi, personnellement, j'ai trouvé que le programme a bien fonctionné puis que ça vaut la peine de les avoir.
If it had been a day shift during the week, there could have been probably 200 people underground, and that would have been chaos. It would have been all the refuge stations would have been in the same predicament as the Dynatech guys were, with 31 people in a refuge station and 2 porta potties. You figure out what happened.
Most are back at work in the potash mine. But the incident was not without its longer-lasting effects.
Everybody's okay. There's 2 guys that haven't returned to work. One is an older gentleman, not that much older than me, but he never did return to work. He has been in the mining industry all his life, and he said he just doesn't think he could ever go underground again. And another guy was probably 27 to 30 years old. He did come down the first shift back, and we had a power outage for 5 hours. And about the 4th hour, he said, I have to go to the shaft. He says, I can't handle this, and he hasn't returned to work. But out of 32 men, there was going to be somebody.
My son-in-law was on the other side, and I was wondered what my daughter was thinking. You know, with her dad and her husband both down there, but they said they didn't worry too much. And I like to tell the story that when everything was all said and done, and I was going home, I pulled into the yard, and there was vehicles all over the place, and oh, geez, that's nice. All the neighbors and my friends are here to support my wife, and they're glad to see me. And I got a little closer and realized she was having a lawn sale with all my stuff, so I don't know what she was thinking. But no, actually, she was relatively glad to see the old guy, you know.